Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Sports Store on Enterprise Television. This is the program where we give you the lowdown of the major happenings in sports. I'm Josh Ikiokoli and here is what we'll be looking at today. CAF massively increases participation fee for the 2024 CAF Women's Champions League in Morocco. Barcelona to host the 2024 Moto GP season finale in solidarity with Valencia. In the UEFA Europa League and UEFA Europa Conference League, Manchester United, Lazio and Galatasaray secure key wins as Chelsea maintain perfect European record with 8-0 romp. And we're going to preview the big games in major European leagues ahead of the last international break of 2024. Let's take a short break on Sports Store. When we return, we will dive deep into our package for the day. Welcome back to Sports Store on Enterprise Television, and let's tell you that Edo Queens, like the other 7 participating clubs at the CAF Women's Champions League that will kick off in Morocco on Saturday, are already guaranteed the minimum sum of $150,000 US. The teams that scale the group stage are assured a minimum of $300,000 US, and the eventual winners will get twice that amount, which is $600,000 US. The runners-up will cut home $400,000 US, while the third place team will get $350,000 US. CAF stated that it is committed to developing and growing women's football in Africa, and the objective of Patrice Motsepe, the president of CAF, is to invest in youth academies for boys and girls and to continue increasing the prize monies of all CAF competition to make them globally competitive and attractive, not just for the home-based players, but of course for the foreign-based players. The prize money for the CAF Women's Champions League is as follows. The winner will get $600K US. The runner-up will get $400K. Third place will get $350. Fourth place will get $300. Third place in the group will get $200,000, while the bottom place team will get $150,000 US. This is a 52% increment as CAF will spend $2.35 million US for the entire competition, the most amount of money spent for women's football on the continent. Kudos to Patrice Motsepe and what he's doing for CAF women's football. In Moto GP, let's tell you that the Barcelona-Catalonia circuit will host the Solidarity Grand Prix of Moto GP from November 15 to November 17 as the season finale for the 2024 Moto GP calendar. The benefits of the event will be donated to those affected by the natural disasters in Valencia. The event was previously set to take place in Valencia as the Valencia Grand Prix of MotoGP before the devastating flooding caused the race weekend to be cancelled. And instead of racing in Valencia, MotoGP will race for Valencia and for all those affected and the entire community of Valencia. MotoGP made the decision to race in Barcelona as it was the best possible choice. The track is the easiest option for fans who were already set to travel to Valencia to attend the last race of the season. The location and the circuit are also the most effective choice as it provides a close to seamless alternative for personnel, logistics, and for the fans. The Grand Prix will take place between November 15 to November 17 and will decide the winner of the 2024 MotoGP season between Spaniard Jorge Martin and Italian 2-time defending MotoGP world champion Francesco Bagnaia. In European football, let's say that Europa League witnessed 17 thrilling matches on Thursday, with the Red Devils, Manchester United, SS Lazio and Galatasaray emerging victorious. Man United earned their first Europa League win under interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy, defeating PAOK Saloniki 2-0 courtesy of an Amadialo brace, including a looping header in the 50th minute and a solo goal in the 77th minute. This win brings United's total points to 6 out of 4 games. English side, Tottenham Hotspur's perfect start ended with a 3-2 loss in Istanbul to Galatasaray as Nigerian hitman Victor Osimhen scored twice for the Turkish champions, cutting away the Man of the Match award. Turkish midfielder Yunus Akgün gave Galatasaray an early lead, but Brennan Johnson's layoff allowed Will Lancashire to equalize. Osimhen's goals and Lancashire's red card sealed the win for Galatasaray, despite a consolation from Anglo-Nigerian striker Dominic Solanke. Italian side Lazio maintained their perfect record with a 2-1 victory over FC Porto thanks to Pedro's dead-time goal for the Italian side. Alessio Romagnoli's header gave Lazio the lead, but Steven Estupiñán equalized for Porto. Pedro's late strike secured Lazio's 4th win and to maintain their 100% record in the UEFA Europa League. In Amsterdam, Ajax trashed Maccabi Tel Aviv 5-0 with goals from Bertrand Traore, Kenneth Taylor, Mika Goods, Brian Brobby, and Kian Fitzjim. In Bulgaria, Athletic Bilbao came from behind to beat Ludogorets 2-1 thanks to goals from Iñaki Williams and Nicolas Serrano's second half goals. In Latvia, Anderlecht drew 1-0 with Riga Footballer Scholar after a late own goal denied them the win as they lost their 100% record. Elsewhere in Germany, Eintracht Frankfurt defeated Slavia Praha courtesy of a well-struck free kick by Egyptian sensation Omar Mamouche. The game ended 1-0 for the host. And in Italy, or rather in Belgium, AS Roma settled for a 1-1 away draw at Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. Let's give you a full result. Let's give you a full breakdown of match day 4 of the UEFA Europa League. In Turkey, Besiktas defeated Malmo 2-1. Frankfurt defeated Slavia Praha by a goal to nil. Bodo Glimt lost at home to Karabakh 2-1. Steaua Bucuresti defeated Midtjylland 2-0. Galatasaray 3. Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Elfsborg 1, Braga 1, Nice 2, Twente 2, Olympiacos 1, Glasgow Rangers 1. Cyril Dessers, Nigerian striker, scored for Rangers in that game. Ludogorets lost at home 2-1 to Athletic Bilbao. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise played a 1-0 draw with AS Roma. Ajax defeated Maccabi Tel Aviv 5-0. AZ Alkmaar 3, Fenerbahce 1. Dinamo Kiev 0, Ferencvaros 0. Riga Footballer Scholar played a 1-0 draw with Anderlecht. Victoria Plzeňa defeated Real Sociedad by 2-1. Manchester United 2, PAOK Saloniki 0. Lazio 2, FC Porto 1. Hoffenheim 2, Olympique Lyonnais 2. And Lazio remained top with 12 points, the only team with a 100% record in the Europa League. They are closely followed by Galatasaray, Athletic Bilbao, Anderlecht, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Ajax, all on 10 points. Tottenham Hotspur are 7th on 9 points, while Manchester United climbed up to 15th position, having secured 6 points from 4 games, 3 draws, and just a win in 4 games. In the UEFA Europa Conference League, Chelsea demolished Armenian side FC Noah as they showed no mercy by handing out an 8-0 thrashing at Stamford Bridge on Thursday to remain top of the Europa Conference League standings, with Joao Felix and Christopher Nkunku both scoring twice. The home crowd only had to wait until the 12th minute for the opening goal when Tosin Adarabioyo headed in a corner kick before the second goal came a minute later, with Spanish Magui intercepting a poor defense pass before slotting home. Another goal came from a corner through Alex Disasi after 18 minutes, and in the 21st minute, Portuguese Joao Felix gathered a pass from Enzo Fernandez and slipped his shot under the goalkeeper. Mikael Mudryk called a beautiful shot into the top corner 6 minutes before the break to make it 5, and Felix netted his second goal 2 minutes later. And after 6 goals in the first half, Chelsea took their foot off the gas, but Frenchman Christopher Nkunku scored a brace, knocking in a rebound after the initial shot was saved in 69 minutes and then converting a penalty 7 minutes later. In other games in the Europa Conference League, Petro Club lost at home to Rapid Vienna 3-0. TSC Baka Topola defeated Lugano 4-1. HJK Helsinki lost at home to Olympia Ljubljana 2-0. Gant defeated Omona Nicosia and Francis Uzoho by a goal to nil. Legia Warsaw defeated Dynamo Minsk 4-0. Pafos Famagusta 1, Astana of Kazakhstan 0. Shamrock Rovers 2, New Saints of Wales 1. Vikingo Reykjavik of Iceland defeated Borak FC by 2-0. Apoel Nicosia 2, Fiorentina 1, Chelsea 8, FC Noah 0, Jurgens 2, Panathinaikos 1, Copenhagen 2-2 against Istanbul Başakşehir. Hearts of Midlothian lost to German side Heidenheim in Scotland. Jagiellonian Białystok defeated Moda 3-0 at home in Poland. Larn lost to St. Gallen 2-1. Lax Linz played a goalless draw with Cercle Brugge. Real Betis 2, Celia 1, and Victoria Guimarães defeated Mlada Boleslav by 2-1. The Blues, Chelsea, have 9 points after 3 games and lead the table thanks to their superior goal difference over a chasing pack of 5 other teams: Legia Warsaw, Jagiellonian Białystok, Rapid Vienna, Victoria Guimarães, and German team Heidenheim, who also have a perfect record. And all European competitions this season will feature 36 teams, with the top 8 teams advancing directly to the round of 16, while teams finishing from 9th to 24th will contest the knockout round playoffs, and teams from 25th to 36th will be eliminated from European competition altogether. And talking about Chelsea, I have joining us virtually Adeyemi Oluwatosin, a premium sports analyst, a sports presenter, podcaster, media expert, and a razor-sharp commentator. Tosin, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Josh. It's good to be here once again.
Definitely. The big game of the weekend in the Premier League, Chelsea hosting Arsenal. We saw Chelsea play a 1-0 draw against Man United the previous weekend, and then Chelsea beating Noah 8-0 in the Conference League, 100% record in the Conference League. Arsenal losing to Inter Milan. Tosin Adarabioyo, your namesake, scoring for Chelsea, the first goal in that game. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Is this Arsenal team weak? Is this Arsenal team ready for the pickings? Is Enzo Maresca going to run riot over Arsenal, just like he did to Noah, just like how he has been doing so far this season, losing to only City, Man City, and Liverpool in the Premier League?
Well, so take nothing away from this Chelsea side. They're pretty decent. I give Enzo Maresca his flowers for that. And I'll talk about how they've played football week in, week out, you know, every game week I've seen them play, and I believe that the team, he's yet to actually have a first 11. I'm talking about Enzo Maresca right now. But against Arsenal, it's going to be the same story he had against Manchester City and Liverpool. These sides are sides we were way above Chelsea in the process, you know, in what they do, the quality of the personnel they have, the quality of the ability to actually execute their game plans. And yes, it's been a good one for Chelsea, you know. Last week, playing out a draw with Manchester United at Old Trafford, beating Noah 8-0 in the Europa Conference League. Actually, a flurry of goals. But against Arsenal, I do not see them actually going all the way, even if it's at Stamford Bridge. Mind you, Chelsea are yet to beat Arsenal at Stamford Bridge in the past 3 seasons right now. So that tells you the difference in level that both sides are currently at. I'm tipping Arsenal to win this, but I do expect Chelsea to get a goal or 2. I'm tipping Arsenal to win this by 3-1, actually at the Bridge.
3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Talking about Arsenal, yeah. Arsenal have not won, or rather in the last 6 games for Arsenal, Arsenal have won 2, drawn 1, and lost 3 in all competitions, losing in the Premier League twice and in the Champions League to Inter Milan, losing to Bournemouth, losing to Newcastle United. This Chelsea is not the Chelsea that we last saw since 2021. Chelsea has been floundering since Thomas Tuchel left the job. In fact, they have not won any trophy since then. This is a different breed of Chelsea. They are actually, yes, on the same point with Arsenal in the league, but on top of them, 4th versus 5th in the Premier League. Don't you think you're giving Arsenal too much benefit of doubt, looking at the way that Chelsea, like you said, do not have a starting 11, but Maresca has found a way to make everyone, regardless of whether it's Lavia, Enzo Fernandez, Disasi, Badiashile, Nkunku, Jackson, everybody who is playing at Chelsea knows their job to do, which I think Arsenal are lacking, especially in the top 9 position.
Okay, so, well, in some aspects of what you've said, you're probably right, but I'll also say that the 3 games that Arsenal have lost, the first one to Bournemouth, you can take it that They played with a man down more than half of the game. Against Newcastle United, they showed they were really lacking the player in the guise of Martin Odegaard, whose tenacity and knack for, turning up defenses and being able to take the ball in tight spaces and create chances is being sorely missed. You have to look at it that against Inter Milan in the Champions League, they were actually undone by unfair officiating. And yes, it's not an excuse for this Arsenal side, but it definitely does show that they do. If you take the second half of the game that was played at the San Siro against Inter Milan, you would actually believe and understand when I say that Arsenal are still miles above Chelsea when it comes to the process. But take nothing away from the Chelsea side. They've been pretty decent all season. They've been really good all season. Yes, we talked about Disasi, talked about Bajashil, talked about Enzo Fernandez, talked about who else, Caicedo, and the likes of those players in the team. But I see it as, it's a delicately poised game where both sides have to definitely come up with their A game or snooze. If you snooze in the Premier League, you lose. And no team is a small team. Yes, it's a delicately poised game, like I said, between 4th on the table and 5th on the table. And the only way to, be assured of a win is to actually come out there and play the game you're supposed to play that the coach is giving you. So let's see how it goes, this weekend, Chelsea versus Arsenal. But I'm still tipping Arsenal to take this game from Chelsea. I remember the last game they played at the Bridge. It ended 2-2. Mauricio Pochettino had Gallagher, running things there. There's no Gallagher to be in the faces of the Arsenal players who's going to put them on pressure when they're trying to pass out from the back. Really. And if you look at the Arsenal team, you have a certain Martin Odegaard also coming back. The availability of their skipper alone is enough to elevate your chances by absolutely 60%. Definitely. So that's delicately poised game for Chelsea Arsenal. But I'm still tipping Arsenal to take the day.
Well, in other games in the Premier League, Brentford will host Bournemouth, Crystal Palace will take on Fulham, West Ham will trade tackles to Everton, Wolves against Southampton, Manchester United will host Leicester City, Liverpool against Aston Villa, another cracking game in the Premier League, Brighton against Manchester City, Nottingham Forest against Newcastle, Spurs against Ipswich, and of course the big one, Chelsea against Arsenal. And then in the Serie A, Genoa played a 1-0 draw with Como on Thursday, but other games in the Serie A will see Lecce host Empoli, Venezia against Parma, Cagliari against AC Milan, Juventus against Torino. The Turin derby happening at the Allianz Stadium in Turin. Atalanta will take on Udinese, Fiorentina against Verona, Roma against Bologna, Monza against Lazio, and the big one, first versus second, Inter Milan against Napoli. Quickly, Tosin, before I let you go, Inter Milan versus Napoli, who's your money on?
Well, my money is not on any of the teams. My money is on Antonio Conte, because Antonio Conte actually understands the Italian Serie A. And if he does understand the Italian Serie A, it definitely tells you that Napoli should be taking the day. But take nothing away from the Inter Milan side. I saw them in the Champions League against Arsenal. That first half was mind-blowing from them. I saw what I would call rigid fluidity from the team. There's this rigidity to the team, but they keep moving it up, forward and backward. And it's so fluid that you won't even notice how rigid the team is. So against the Napoli side, who will play a definite 3-4-3 on the style of Antonio Conte, I expect to see a cracker of a game, something more like what I saw with Juventus, some weeks back, a 4-4 scoreline. I do expect to see goals galore in that game, but I'm tipping Napoli to take it by the risk score, just one goal ahead of it. Probably a 1-0 scoreline, a 3-2 scoreline, a 4-3 scoreline, or something in that margin.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Adeyemi Oluwatosin, for your incisive analysis and for your time right here on Sports Store Live on Enterprise Television.
Thank you for having me, Josh. It's good to always be here.
Okay, definitely. And that's how much we can take on Sports Store for the day. Endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Enterprise TV 7 on YouTube. Click the notification bell to get alerts on our new YouTube videos. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We are Enterprise TV 7 on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Like, share, and engage with our content. And also visit our website, www.enterprisetvnews.com, where we give you all the hot stories on the go, the live updates, the exclusives, and the news you can use. Moreover, if you want to partner with us on Enterprise Television, you want to place your product on our platform, and for all sponsorship, commercial, and advertising inquiries, kindly send a mail to enterprisetv7@gmail.com or send a DM to our aforementioned social media handles at Enterprise TV7. And before we go, let's leave you with this quote from the late, great Diego Armando Maradona. He said, and I quote, "When you win, you don't get carried away. But if you go step by step with confidence, you can go very far." End quote. I'm Joshike Okoli, and I want to thank you for the privilege of your time. Until we meet again on Sports Tour, it's goodbye and hasta luego.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.